I'm here with my buddy Ryan Pinkham, a internet sensation and a Twitter sensation. He's like one of my favorite people to follow on Twitter because he's interesting. You just dropped off. Oh, what did you just came down to drop off your sign-up sheet right here? Right. Dodgeball. He's in. His squad is in.
Absolutely.
Farm Bar and Grill. Good morning, Gloucester at Camp Spindrift. But we're going to talk today about something that people. It seems like maybe in the past year or so, some of these old school business people have started, and organizations have started to take a little bit more control of their own marketing.
Right, yeah. So I mean, basically it's like, everyone knows social media, your Facebook, your Twitter, and all that sort of stuff. And, I mean, it's hard to find a business that's not on Facebook now, really.
Well, see, maybe people, because you associate with people that are your age, which you're a lot younger than I am, but old school businesses, I don't know about that.
Well,
it's like anyone over, I think any business person over like 40, you might be.
I think you have a lot of businesses who heard about it from somewhere along the line, at some point went on, set up a page, maybe just created an account. If you search for it on Facebook, you might come across them, but you're right, there's a lot of people who aren't really using it. And there are people who haven't really dove and really kind of gotten started on it either. Mm-hmm. Which, with social media, it's great. You can get in there, engage your audience. If you have an audience that's there, and a lot of people think it's just young people, but it's really not. I mean, you might think a lot of older businesses might not be on it, but, adults are on it. And really, I mean, those are people that are actually going to be paying attention to businesses that are on there.
Oh, I agree that like a ton of people are on Facebook. Yeah. But there's so many, say, for example, local businesses. There's a lot of local businesses that aren't taking advantage.
Right, yeah.
That could use it. And I'm going to back up a little bit because I didn't introduce you as what you do for a living. Why don't you tell people what you do for a living?
So I work for a company called Constant Contact. We have an email marketing software. And I work for our blog. So I write a lot of educational content for small businesses, nonprofits, for stuff like using email marketing, using Facebook, using Twitter, using all these tools to kind of promote your business and grow and take advantage of the tools that are out there. Because like you said, small businesses are really now are in control of their marketing. Whereas before, you might pay a certain local newspaper or another business, thousands of dollars or $100 a month to put an ad out there. You really have no idea what that ad's doing, how many impressions it's really making. Mm-hmm. Well, now you have something like email marketing, for example, where you can send an email nicely branded for your business to someone's inbox, send it to 1,000 people, and you'll know that 50% of those are getting delivered, and they're seeing it because people check their email every day. Mm. So, and with social media, obviously, you can go on and make a quick update in a matter of seconds, and it's really easy to do. And
I find as an editor, Good Morning Gloucester is my thing, but I am sure that like other editors of like community pages and stuff like that, we enjoy getting updates from organizations through Constant Contact and like services and to really break it down for people so they understand there are services out there that you like. Say you were an art gallery. We'll use this for an example, and you had a list in your front, like right when people walked in, and you asked for someone's name and their email address. You put their email address into this program, and when you have an upcoming event, if you have a new work or something that you want to share, something that's going on, it creates an email list of people that actually wanted to sign up, are interested in your business to begin with, and it's a way for you to connect with your, directly with your targeted audience because they came into your place in the first place.
Yeah.
And so it's a way to take the reins. Now, for any business to not curate an email list or an organization, like you say you're running a race, and you're going to run the same race next year. For you not to take that list of participants so you can contact them the following year, you're crazy, right?
Well, yeah, you are, and also because it's so easy to do, and like a software, I work for Constant Contact. There's a lot of email marketing softwares out there that are as low as $15 a month up to maybe $30 a month. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cheap when you consider advertising for businesses. Also, the fact that people are always looking, at Facebook to grow your fan page and all these things, right? But you don't really own those contacts. If one day Facebook decides they're not going to show all your posts to your audience isn't going to see it. Mm-hmm. But when you collect email addresses, these are your customers, these are your contacts. This is valuable contact information. So when you have something going up, like you said, you can send out there. Art gallery, perfect example, right? You run all these events. Well, rather than having to go through all this networking and try to get in the newspaper and do all these things to get it out there, you can send an email to someone's inbox. For example, if I asked you how many times you check Facebook in a given day, you might have an answer a few times a day. But if I asked you how many times you check your email inbox, you'd probably say a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, you own that contact information. That's so valuable, and you can segment those contacts as well. So I know for Constant Contact, it makes it easy to kind of segment that audience. So what that means is, say when someone's signing up, you could say they can put down if they're from Gloucester, if they're from out of town. So during the winters, for people out of town, you could send them stuff to kind of keep them engaged and involved and top of mind with their business. And then local people, you could send a quick update if you're a small business. Hey, we're having a deal today. Come on down, take advantage of it. So it's a good way to even get people to store, get to your website.
Yeah.
Anything you need to do.
It's also, I mean, these things you can unsubscribe from them. It's not like you're locked in. And is there a privacy policy with Constant Contact that you promise not to sell their email addresses out?
So with Constant Contact, we're permission-based email marketing. Any kind of reputable software will be that, which means that there's something called the CanSpam Act. Which means basically you need to have their permission to send them emails. So with that, everyone who signs up for your list is going to have to give you permission, and you want to make it, and it does make it easy for people to unsubscribe as well. And you want that, right? People say, well, why would you want that? Why do you want to leave your list? But if they don't want to be receiving your emails, then you're wasting your time anyway, and
Absolutely.
you're going to lose someone who might just not want your emails, but still a customer.
Yeah.
You keep sending them emails, then you might lose them as a customer. So
I agree.
And yeah, and you definitely never want to sell your list, because that's obviously a betrayal of your customers' trust.
If you're a small business, say you're a small restaurant in town.
Yeah.
What is your first? I mean, what do you think is the most single thing for marketing wise for you to do? Give me like your top three.
So for a restaurant around town, I mean, honestly, these days you do have to be on Facebook. I don't think that's the top one, but I think you should be there, and you should be there. Being active. You don't have to just go on there every day and say, "Come check out, we're doing this deal today." People don't really want to see that, to be honest. Like on Facebook, people get the wrong idea, right? People are on Facebook to see their friends. They're not really on there to see your business, but by being there, you're part of that conversation. So if someone is coming into town and say, "Hey, do you know a good restaurant to go to?" Someone can say, "Oh yeah, check out so and so," and refer you to their page. I think email is one of the top things you need to be doing, because you have so many people coming in and leaving that you have no idea if they're coming back again. So by collecting that information, it's really easy to do. You can have a sign-up form on your counter. I've seen businesses have QR codes you can scan off your menus or something in the checkbook when they leave and pay. And it's so valuable because you can stay top of mind with those people. And over time, you can build these relationships. I think every family associates with a certain restaurant in town they like. Well, you can kind of build that relationship and do that. And then as a restaurant, you want to make sure that you have your listing available online. There's businesses out there. Constant just bought a company called Single Platform, which makes it really easy for people to list their full menus on all of these things online. So when someone searches, you can actually see your menu on when they're looking up your reviews online, which is really valuable. But you can do it yourself. I mean, make sure that your menu is on your website, and make sure that to go and check out Yelp, check out on Google, check out on Urban Spoon, check out in all these places where people are already reviewing and there's already information about your restaurant, that you want to make sure that information's right, because there might be stuff on there about your hours, or there might be pictures on there that you don't want representing your business, and you can go on there and kind of take control of that. So,
well, we should also mention you're not even a sales rep. You write content to inform people what are some of the things. What is if someone wanted to find, because I feature you all the time because I'm a big fan of yours, but if people wanted to go, it's Constant Contact blogs.
Right, yeah, so you could search probably Constant Contact blogs if you just want to go on Google, but it's blogs.constantcontact.com. I'm just one of the writers that's on there, and basically what we do is we write things for small businesses, right? There's a lot of information about there for email marketing, for social media marketing. I'm sure as a small business you're getting 1 million calls a day from sales reps trying to sell you something, right? And it's not really what that's about. It's about sharing best practices and kind of educating businesses the best we can how to use these things to grow your business and get results.
Well, the reason I appreciate the Constant Contact blog is because they're not hammering away at you about Constant Contact. They're talking about what's going on Twitter. They're talking about what's going on Facebook. They're saying, this is really not the way you want to do something, because you're going to look really bad, spammy, like you're up in someone's grill, or Instagram. This is a good idea to use, or this is don't use it this way.
Yeah.
And it gives people that may be a lot of these, especially older folks, are intimidated by it. But this, you have to start somewhere. You can read that Constant Contact blog, and it sounds like it's a pitch for strictly for Constant Contact for me, but it isn't. It's really about best practices on social media.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, all this stuff. I mean, we do. I mean, we really have a belief, and I personally believe, whether I work for Constant Contact or not, that like your email list is going to be the driving force behind all the marketing that you do. Because you can use it to drive to your Facebook page. If you run a deal with somewhere, you can do all that stuff. So at the center of a lot of this stuff, we do talk a lot about email. But yeah, you're right. I mean, there's a lot of just social media stuff. Like if there's a development in Facebook, we're going to try to stay on top of it, and we're going to try to provide it from a perspective of